Hi guys, hope you're all doing okay and hanging in there all right. Yeah, I'm in the middle of our building site at the moment, which is our kitchen. I just wanted to quickly pop on and basically introduce the vlog. I really wasn't sure whether to post this vlog or not, so I thought, well, do you know what, I'll just put it to the people that follow me. So I asked on YouTube, I asked on Facebook, and I asked on Instagram, and everybody, probably I'd say probably 98% of the responses was yes, please post it. I think a lot of people right now, even though they've had holidays cancelled or their holidays were cut short like ours, or the fact that who knows when we're going to be able to travel again, I think people just are wanting a bit of normality, and actually seeing a bit of happiness and seeing a bit of sunshine and see people having fun is actually uplifting when there's a lot of pretty depressing things happening right now. So yeah, that's the reason that I decided, okay then, well, I'll share it. If you want to see it, then I'll share it. Obviously at the point that we travelled, there was no government advice whatsoever to not travel. It was only the last couple of days that it started to get really serious in America. It was completely different in America than it was in the UK. When we got back to the UK, we realised how much it had advanced since we'd gone, and just how serious and how scary it had gotten here. So yeah, so if you don't want to watch a vlog about our holiday and also where it went wrong, then don't watch. There's no need for, you know, negative comments. There's no need for any of that, because I'm telling you now what the video is about, and the title says what the video is about. So if you don't want to watch and you don't agree with me sharing this, then please just press pause, don't watch. But if you would like to see some of our holiday, the house we stayed in, etc., because one day we are going to be able to do these sort of things again, so maybe it'll give you hope. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration. If you've got a holiday booked later on to Florida, then carry on watching. But thank you all so much for your support and your feedback, and I will look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye guys. This is the Hilton the Hilton hotel room that we've got. We've done parking and an overnight stay just to make it easier, and it's pretty decent, so you have to excuse the mess, but yeah, it's just a standard airport hotel room, but obviously because we needed a family room, look at the size of them bags. It's got the car seats in. Oh dear. Yeah, we needed a family room because we had to get 2 cots in, so they bought us 2 cots, which was great, and then we've just got to work out how we're going to get all of our stuff over tomorrow, because you have to get the train to the airport. It's not, you know, it's not a long train. We're really close, but we paid about, I think it's about £240, and that was for a family room and parking for 9 days, so I didn't think that was too bad. We'd have had to get the boys up at like probably 1:30, 2 a.m, and it's just such a long journey then, isn't it? I'd have had to driven like, all right you 2 hours, and then plus obviously the flight, the waiting around time, it just wouldn't have worked. So we decided to get the hotel and have the parking included, which has yeah, it's been really nice. So my mum and dad are staying at a different Hilton, they're not at this one, so we'll meet them at the airport, so they can't help us with our stuff and that tomorrow, but that's fine. We'll get a trolley and then hopefully we can take that on the train. If not, I think we're going to be struggling a little bit with the amount of stuff we've got and the double buggy, so yeah, I'll keep you posted on how that goes tomorrow. The boys have had their dinner out. We went for dinner in one of the restaurants in the departure area. There's some in departure and some in arrivals. So they've had their dinner, they've had a bath. We're just getting their milk sorted, and then we're going to make a decision on what we're going to do about our food. And then we're going to struggle to get them fed before we get to the airport, actually in a restaurant. So you can get breakfast at the Hilton. It's £15 at reception or £18 for a cooked breakfast if you pay for it at the restaurant, so always order it at reception. So just in case we'd struggle for time, obviously me and Chris can eat at the airport, but they'll be hungry by then. So we've got a porridge pot, which was from M&S, which obviously you can use boiling water in, so they can have that. There's some fruit. We've got a sachet of fruit, one of the banana and apple ones from Aldi, and then we've got some croissants for them as well, just in case. Boys, Where are you going on holiday? Do you think anyone will be able to guess? So we've just got off the little shuttle thing. I've got a backpack on. We've managed to get most of our luggage onto one of these. Chris has been wearing the car seat bag, and we dropped one off last night to make it easier. So my parents bought that one because they were staying at the North Terminal and we were staying at the South. So yeah, so far so good. Hello. Thank you.
What are you doing here?
Who's that?
What are you doing here?
So we've got a massive house out in Florida. You're coming to stay with us. We're going to go to Disneyland one day. Mum's here somewhere with Grayson. Does that sound fun?
Shaking. I saw Chris's face. I was like, that looks like Chris. And then I saw him. He's that rookie boy. He's that rookie boy.
How are you? Is that Lawson? Is that your Uncle Martin? Auntie Carly? Ah, say hi. Hi. So just at the little soft play bit that they've got at Gatwick Airport, which is super handy. We've just surprised my brother. He had no idea that he was coming to Florida and seeing us at the airport, so he was a bit shocked. They've just gone for a drink and we're playing with the boys. We had to wait for customs for nearly an hour, but in the end the police officer felt sorry for me when I got the pushchair, so we had the pushchair for the queue, so that was a massive bonus. We're just now at the hire car trying to work out how we're going to fit all our luggage in and the people, and then get the car seats in as well. So soon we'll be at the house, thank God. So far it's 11:15 and they're still going strong, so 11:15 UK time. So this is actually perfect because I think immediately we're going to be able to get them on American time. Lawson! Hello, Papa. Okay, I found my house. This is my favourite one so far. Nice car outside. We've just been to the water park and we're just walking back. It's about a 20-minute walk and it's all included in the complex. And just these houses are just so gorgeous. You on the choo-choo train? Choo-choo!
Lawson. Choo-choo. Choo-choo.
You gotta sit. Hello.
This journey is the Little Aturi Forest. Animals out here rely on their camouflage to hide from their predators. Keep a lookout for dark browns and light tans. We'll try to find some animals out here.
Look, Grayson.
Oh, zebra. Zebra, up on the hill.
Looks like there is no copy over on the right. Just came up from behind that bamboo. I don't see the stripes in their legs. Kind of looks like a zebra. They're actually the closest known relative to the giraffe. They have that same prehensile tongue, which means it kind of acts like a finger. They can grab their. There's a bunch of hippos on the left. Of hippos is called a bloat. So it's a bloat of hippos. They walk or run on the bottom of the water. Now, did you hear that? They only rest for 30 minutes a day. Usually rest standing up or kneeling down. Very rarely go all the way down to the ground. Giraffe makes them too vulnerable to predators. This giraffe, a day they throw dirt and mud on top of their backs, so help keep them from getting sunburned. There's a pretty cool story about elephants. They're getting into farmers' crops. They'll do the majority of the hunting. They'll kind of hang back and watch over their pride. Their roar can be heard about 5 miles away. Usually roar to keep track of each other. A couple of rhinos on our right. We should be getting a better look around these rocks. You can also see those dark brown animals laying down. Those are brown tobacco. They're ones poached nearly.
So we're just at Animal Kingdom. We've just done the safari animal tour, which is absolutely amazing. And then we decided to buy like a core bag backpack, which is such a good idea. I'm so glad we did it. So we're going to have some sandwiches and food left over from the barbecue the night before. Just some crusts
We are magic singers who travel with Simba and his friends throughout the land with this tribal celebration. Time for introductions. My name is...
I'll take the lion. And I'll take the warthogs and Dakota. I'm going to need your help, so Dakota, you come with me. We're going to tame this warthog section right this way. Alrighty, gang, listen up. Dakota is going to demonstrate the sound that we as fellow warthogs will make. Alright, Dakota.
All our giraffes and elephants will sing the Weeble.
We'll sing the melody.
Step aside, out of the way, professional artist coming through. Excuse me, my human friend.
Pretty clear. I think the giraffes and the elephants won.
It's pretty clear, all right. Pretty clear. The lions and the warthogs
So this is the access we get to a park. It's all included with your package at the house. This here is a big gym that you can use, which is all air conditioned, and then they've got some a lazy river, and then they've got like a pool over there and a spa pool, and then they've got like little like fountain bit over here. So it's really good that it's all included. It doesn't cost anything to come here. What you got, Grayson? You got some strawberries. You got Daddy bought you a float. Daddy. You and Lawson got a new float. Ooh. Magic Kingdom Park, and we're currently just on the ferry. I'll show you. So we chose the ferry over the monorail. So basically when you get here, you just hop on and get the ferry to Magic Kingdom.
For your safety, please remain seated throughout your voyage, keeping your hands, arms, feet and legs inside the boat, and please watch your children. Thank you. Bienvenidos. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado en el rincón.
Hey guys, so we've just done lunch, which was extremely stressful. Animal Kingdom we took our own and it definitely worked out better. The food wasn't very good at all. And Grayson's just so tired. He's really hard work at the moment when he's tired, and he'll only go to me, so it's just like, this lady actually came up to me, she went, well done, you're doing a brilliant job. I was like, oh god, I must have looked stressed. You know, like swans there when their legs are going and you're frantically trying to just stay calm on top. But yeah, it's all good. It's only me, Chris and the boys. It's the final day before the park shuts. I feel really emotional and really upset for the people that can come. It's just horrible, but we're just trying to focus on the fact that we are here. You know, we're very lucky, we're very grateful for the opportunity to actually get to experience this, and yeah, just try and just focus on that. You know, it's cost us a lot of money to come on this holiday, so we're just trying to be in the moment and make the most of it. But Chris is just queuing now while the boys sleep for Space Mountain. You can do like a baby swap option. So how that works, he'll go in queue and then they'll give me a fast pass just to go straight on while he comes back with babies. It's such a fantastic system. They've also got really good baby changing facilities specifically for babies at Magic Kingdom as well, so just bear that in mind. I'm just watching people have a massage. It's boiling hot. There's no way I'd want to be being touched right now. So yeah, we're going to go on Space Mountain. I don't know what the hell I'm letting myself in for, because I'm not sure if I'll be okay. Sometimes it triggers my vertigo going on roller coasters, but hey, while you're in Disney, you got to experience these things, haven't you? So we took the boys on the Winnie the Pooh ride. Slightly scary for toddlers, I thought, but overall it was all right. It's a Small World was really good. That was really good. Animal Kingdom, definitely the Lion King was amazing. What else? The Safari, absolutely out of this world. It's a Bug Life, way too scary. They did not appreciate that one at all, so we came off that one. We did, what was the one that went up and down? It looked like an elephant. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll do a few like overview vlogs of the rides that I think were suitable for this sort of age range. But yeah, just waiting for Chris now to come back off Space Mountain and decide now whether I'm going to go on it or not. So while the boys are napping, I'll just give you a rundown on the house. The house is absolutely beautiful. It's in the most fab location and you get access to a water park free, which is all great. It takes about 15-20 minutes to walk there, but it's quite nice, isn't it, to get some exercise. But because it's a brand new house, there were some issues. So in terms of like the boys' routine and things, obviously we set off from the UK. We stayed over the night before, and we all got up, sort of set off around 5 in the morning, fly out around 7, I think it was. And then obviously you've got the whole time change jet lag thing. So for adults, I know the recommendation is just to try and stay awake, like don't go to sleep, otherwise you're pretty screwed. So we got to the house and we were like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. No cots, no high chairs. We were like, great. So trying to communicate with them, because it was all done through Airbnb, it's all like email mainly, but we're trying to ring them, couldn't get a hold of anyone. So in the end, we were planning on letting the boys just sleep like when we got there, which would have been like way earlier than their normal time they would have gone to bed, but because there were no cots, they just stayed up. I could not believe how much energy they still had. Probably something to do with the amount of snacks that they had on the flight, as you do. But yeah, they just kept going and going and going. So it meant that immediately they switched to this time here. So they switched to USA time. So they went to bed really late. They were absolutely fine. And then they went down in the travel cots and then woke up around 7 o'clock in the morning. The only issue we did have though was we weren't too sure what temperature to set the house at, because it's all air conditioning. So they were a bit hot and they woke up and they were crying. So Grayson woke up first, managed to get him to sleep, then Lawson woke up. So we didn't get a lot of sleep, which meant we were really tired then the next day. But what was brilliant was actually it worked out for the best. So, you know, if you're worried about getting them into a new routine ASAP, maybe do what we did and just keep them up. We didn't plan on doing it, it was just by default, but it worked amazingly. And then their nap time was the same as their usual nap time at home. So yeah, it just worked really, really well. On the way back, I know is harder, isn't it? So getting them to adjust through the jet lag when they actually get home is meant to be a lot harder. Sorry, I've just been distracted by this really beautiful bird who's just, it looks like he's doing ballet over there. But yeah, apart from that, a couple of other little issues. They forgot to heat the pool one day. With the houses that you hire over here, you need to pay extra to get them to heat the pool each day. I don't know if that's the same for all of them, but I'd imagine for a lot of them it is. And because it was brand new, the carpet had all been laid, but there were a couple of like little nails still poking out by the door. All teething problems. It's all like snagging, isn't it, when you've got a brand new house? But the actual house is just gorgeous. What I should have done is, as soon as we got there, filmed it, because it gets messy really quickly. So I should have just filmed it when we arrived, but I was just so tired, I just still couldn't face it. Even though like when you vlog on holiday, I don't think it should take over your holiday. It should be more something like do as and when, like in the background. So I don't do loads while I'm away. I'll just do snippets and then kind of like talk over it, or just grab a few minutes when the boys are asleep. I don't like it to distract from the holiday, and I don't like, you know, to do things purely for YouTube. So some days are just chilled and quiet and it's not really worth me filming. But yeah, overall I still hope that this video will be useful for people and that you enjoy it.
Good morning. Here's mommy. Look, that's mommy.
you'll have to excuse all the mess and everything and the absolute state of me. This is what I love about coming somewhere where you're just staying in a house. You just can walk around looking like this. But yeah, everything's kind of been a bit weird the last few days. We're just waiting to find out how we're getting home and when and where. We had our flight cancelled, was it today? I think we got a text today. So we're filling in all the relevant forms and just seeing when we're going to be able to get on the next available flight home. We knew today that it was likely that the flight would be cancelled, but obviously when we flew out we had no idea. We knew that there was things going on in the world, obviously, but there was no official guideline then to not travel. So yeah, it is what it is. That's what I keep saying, it is what it is. Like, no one can predict the situation that we're in right now. Like, if you were talking about this months ago, if you were going, oh yeah, this is going to happen, and blah blah, you'd be like, what? Chris even said to me the first day we got here, he was like, do you know what, we might have to look at some alternative flights home. And I was like, no, surely not. I'm just like such a positive, like happy-go-lucky person. I don't really see the negative side of life, and people might think that that's naive or whatever, but that's just the way I am. Like, everybody's different. Then you've got very anxious people that are a little bit more kind of like looking on, you know, more of the darker side. It's just I don't really know how to explain what's going on right now. I'm tired and yeah, so we're just waiting for some food. At the moment, as it stands, Chris is still going ahead with his golf school. It's gone from something like 10 or 12 people to 2. So yeah, definitely not going to be the golf school that he thought it was going to be, but he doesn't want to let these 2 people down. They've travelled especially, and you know, he still feels that it's worth running it for them. It's his reputation and all of that. So yeah, he's still going to go, and he has explained that if we get on a flight tomorrow, then he'll obviously have to leave, and they're completely fine with that. So yeah, food wise, what we've been up to, we had a Subway salad today. We went to Walmart, so that was an interesting experience. I've just got Netflix on in the background, so sorry if you can hear it. And then Taco Bell the other night, and it was really good, but it's just so cheap. It's just so cheap to eat stuff like that out here, you know, all your Burger Kings and all of that. It is really, really cheap. And it was actually alright, it was alright. We've eaten quite a bit of Mexican food since we've been here. Had the Subway salad today. Chris has gone out to get Chinese. Chili's is a really good option. Denny's is a really good option. There's loads of great places to eat out here. So yeah, we've got Chinese on the way. We've been cooking quite a bit since we've been here as well. Obviously we've got an entire kitchen that we've had the facilities to use. We've been stocking up the fridge and the cupboards. We've got a bit of food. We've got a lot of alcohol. So if for whatever reason we can't get back, we're not going to go short on alcohol. But in the shops today there was loads, absolutely loads. Walmart was rammed with food. The only thing, we could get toilet roll and all of that, the only thing we couldn't get was wipes. So I've been able to get nappies. I've got friends, family and neighbours at home all getting me nappies, so that's really kind. The extension's being done as we speak, so that's all going ahead and that's all doing really, really well. We just obviously ran down a lot of our food before we came here. We bought a brand new freezer before we came out, purely to start batch cooking and things, not because of what's going on at the moment, but we haven't got any food in it. So I'm hoping when we get home that there's going to be some stuff left in the supermarkets where we can actually, you know, still eat and still feed the boys. Obviously I'm worried about my dad. My dad's 70, and he had a pacemaker fitted not long ago. He was adamant he was still coming away. My dad makes his own choices. And then my brother and his girlfriend are living in Cyprus. So I believe as it stands at the moment, unless you have a test, they're not letting you back in the country. And if you do get back in the country, obviously you've got to self-isolate, which is completely understandable. Totally, you know, totally get why they would advise you to do that. I believe in the UK at the moment it is advisable to self-isolate, but they haven't locked everything down just yet. But the way things are changing, like everything's changing so fast, who knows what the situation will be if and when we get home. But I know that the airlines and stuff are working really, really hard to get people back that are UK residents. So fingers crossed, it'll all be fine. And eventually this will be a distant memory, and we'll look back and we'll be like, God, do you remember the time when? So luckily we have had a week in Orlando and it's been really lovely. We've enjoyed every single day. We've been to Disney, we've been to Old Town. What else have we done? I'm trying to think now. We've been to a lovely water park. We've, you know, chilled out at night and had lovely family chats. We've been in the pool. Like, all of that has been so nice. It's just been today really where I don't like being in limbo. I just keep trying to sort my hair out. I don't like being in limbo. I like to know where I stand with things. So the whole not knowing about the flights has just left me a little bit on edge. Obviously I've got 2 babies here, and my absolute priority is getting them home safe. So we will see. It might be that we all get split up and we have to fly different. It might be that the flight will be from a different airport here, or it might be that we have to fly home to a different airport. Our car is at Gatwick, so who knows. My dad's only got enough medication to last a certain amount of time. We have travel insurance. Obviously that will run out if we can't get back. So yeah, we will see. Watch this space. So this is the road that our house is on in Kissimmee. Really lovely brand new estate. They are still building in some areas, but they're not building around here. The houses are just lovely, really, really nice, really good size. So we booked it through Airbnb. I'll just take you in. They've got really good security. guys, so it is Wednesday today, and with everything that's been going on and how much it's escalated, we decided to try and just get home ASAP and cut our losses. So yes, it means finishing the holiday early, but not by much, and sadly Chris could not run his golf school, which means a huge refund of money that people have paid to attend his school. And obviously he's devastated that he's had to let people down because people travelled especially, and it's his reputation, but I'm sure people understand, don't they? So yeah, not great for us as a family, but so many people are in the same position, you know, what can you do? It's just one of those things, isn't it? No one could have ever predicted that this was going to happen. But after chatting to some absolutely fantastic people on Instagram that got in touch that work with Virgin and offered to help us, we just decided that the best course of action was to head down to the airport. I would definitely have done this sooner now, looking back. So if you're ever in an emergency situation, rather than just hanging on phones and things like that, it seems to be that you get a lot further just going and speaking to somebody direct. So they are putting on 3 flights today. One is to Manchester, 2 are to Gatwick. 1 is priority for people that have actually booked with Virgin Holidays, and we just did our flight with Virgin Atlantic, so we probably won't get on that one, but we're hoping we'll get on the final one, which is about 8ish, and that will go back to Gatwick, which is where our cars are. If it's Manchester, then logistically that's not ideal, but hey, you know, we'll take what we can get. It's better than a 3.5 hour drive to Miami or a much further drive to somewhere else. So yeah, so Chris has stayed at the airport with my brother and his partner because they were going to have to get an Uber, so they decided to go with him, hang around at the airport. He's going to come back for us once he's basically guaranteed our place, which will hopefully be later. They come back at 1:30, the people that are manning the desk, and then come back and get us, and then we'll all just hang around the airport till 8 o'clock tonight and hopefully get home. Morning guys, so today is Thursday, my brother's birthday, bless him, and I'm in a hotel room in Orlando still at the Hyatt. So we managed to get on a standby flight back to Gatwick. It was the second from last flight going, full stop. So I managed to get on that. Other people that were due to go home after us are already home. It was just one of those things. It's just some people decided to wait, some people decided to head to the airport. Everyone did different things. We didn't know what to do. So eventually we were advised, thankfully, from people that speak to me on social media, to just get down to the airport. So that's what we did. We were the last ones to board the flight. We managed to get tickets, and then they didn't do boarding passes for the babies. So it was the most stressful check-in I've ever done in my life. But we got through. Got on the plane, and then there was a hot spot in the air conditioning, so one of the floors was boiling hot because it wasn't working properly. They thought they'd be able to fix it really easily, couldn't, so that was a disaster. I'm just going to turn this music off, bear with me 1 second. So after waiting on the plane for 2 hours with the boys, they're both absolutely shattered at this point because it was a night flight. So 2 hours on a hot plane. They eventually said, right, do you know what, we're going to get you off, get you in the waiting area because there's some aircon, get you some snacks. No one had anything to eat or drink by this point. They did bring some water, I'll tell a lie. And then I was starting to get really like hot and panicky, so we got off, and then we waited another 3 hours till around midnight to be told that that was it. It wasn't going to happen, the flight was cancelled, and it'd be 23 hours later until we fly again, if we fly again. So we then entered into another queue, which was for a hotel. Some people were sent to Disney, and because we had children, all the people that had disabilities or children or had premium seats were put up in the Hyatt, so we were in the Hyatt. Lovely hotel, you know, it's great. We were just grateful to have somewhere. It's been really, really nice. But the travel cots didn't come till 2 AM. So the boys haven't really slept. They woke up at 5 and then they woke me up at 6, and then one of them had to get in bed with me, so then obviously I didn't sleep. So yeah, it's just been a bit of a disaster. So we've checked in this morning and managed to print some boarding passes off. Hopefully we've still got seats. There's still people trying to get home. I just don't know. Oh, it's just crazy. It's so scary. I just want to get back today. So fingers crossed tonight. We've got all day to kill. And then tonight, fingers crossed, guys, we'll be on that plane and it'll actually take off this time. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Obviously I explained overall what happened. We finally got on the flight and we finally got home, and we were just so grateful. Everyone was in quite good spirits the next day, just because even though we'd hardly had any sleep and we spent the whole day at the airport, we just didn't care. We were just lucky and grateful that we were going to be getting home. So we landed, we went home, and then we decided to self-isolate. So yeah, still doing that as we speak. So yeah, that was it. That was the holiday. If you've got any questions about the holiday, then leave it in the comments below. I have got other videos where I wanted to share things that we did on the plane that kept them entertained, how we got them into their new routine with the time changes really quickly, different things that we bought to take with us to make packing easier, like transporting car seats and all that type of thing. But I don't really think that's something that I should be sharing at the moment, so I'll share that at a later date when all this has died down, and hopefully we can travel again, and then those tips will hopefully still be useful for you later. So don't forget to subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.